Among the words God has given us, let us study the important parts that we must never forget. Let's go to Revelation chapter 14, verse 3. And they sang a new song before the throne and before the four living creatures and the elders. No one could learn the song except the 144,000 who had been redeemed from the earth. These are those who did not defile themselves with women, for they kept themselves pure. They follow the Lamb wherever he goes. They were purchased from among men and offered as firstfruits to God and the Lamb. They follow the Lamb wherever he goes. What does it mean? Who do they entrust all their thoughts, decisions, and judgments to? Thus, it means that they absolutely trust God. Without trust, there cannot be obedience. Without trust, our own thoughts will always prevail, and we will give an ear to those around us who just sound like an expert. Even though we say, I believe in God, we will always prioritize what we think, judge, and experience rather than what God says. If we have been disobedient until now, let's try to reorganize our life from this year. What is God's will? What can I do to please God? What should I do at this moment in order to live a life of obedience? Let's think about this once again so that we can all become the rest of the woman's offspring, who will be acceptable to God. Let's take a look at Hebrews chapter 11, verse 8. By faith, Abraham, when called to go to a place he would later receive as his inheritance, obeyed and went, even though he did not know where he was going. He did not use physical standards to think how his future would unfold, but had faith and lived a life of obedience to God's word. Through this, didn't he receive the precious title of the forefathers of faith? Let's continue with verse 9. By faith, he made his home in the promised land like a stranger in a foreign country. He lived in tents, as did Isaac and Jacob, who were heirs with him of the same promise. For he was looking forward to the city with foundations, whose architect and builder is God. By faith, Abraham, even though he was past age, and Sarah herself was barren, was enabled to become a father because he considered him faithful who had made the promise. And so from this one man, and he as good as dead, came descendants as numerous as the stars in the sky, and as countless as the sand on the seashore. In the book of Hebrews chapter 11, there appear people who had faith. The most outstanding part of their faith was obedience. Since they absolutely believed in God, whatever words God gave them, they thought, this must be true. Since they had such strong convictions, they followed the teachings given to them, as we have confirmed through the Bible. Thank you very much.